You're the chosen one. Your whole life has changed. You're different from everyone else. You've done the unexpected. You've risen so high. That's why everyone is surprised. Remember, they will always envy you. Write 77 in the comments and make your life more beautiful and unexpected. Chosen ones, listen to your inner world and allow your awakening. The real danger is not in those who seek power, but in those who have it without realizing it. Every great story sprouts from an overlooked or misunderstood starting point. You are living proof of this cycle. You break boundaries in ways no one expects. Structures built to control you dissolve in your presence. Interestingly, people often fear uncertainty, but you have become uncertainty itself. You have emerged as an incalculable movement, an unpredictable energy, and whispers are rising around you. Those who resist you are far from understanding you. Oddly enough, this dangerous atmosphere is not caused by your endeavor, but only by your presence. While they are struggling with their fears, you are building a future without them realizing it. Let them run. This may increase their speed. But be ready to face who you are at the end of this journey, because it will make you stronger. Chaos may be an area where most people run away in fear, but for you, it is the opposite. Confusion brings out your inner strength and resilience. While others retreat when faced with disorder, you turn it into an opportunity. Every situation on the brink of collapse makes you sharper, more determined. Among those who run away from uncertainty, you take your steps boldly and clarify your course. This does not mean that you love chaos. On the contrary, chaos reminds you of who you are and reinforces your strength. Instead of being confined to the limits of order, you redefine it. As you move forward in conflict, you not only become stronger, but also transformed. The higher you rise in chaos, the more you leave a unique mark. This is the truth that makes your difference. Chaos doesn't scatter you, it centers you. You do not lose your composure and ability to make conscious decisions in the face of difficult moments. Chaos brings you clarity, not fear. When everything around you is rapidly falling apart, you stand out for your ability to put the pieces together. People find it hard to understand you because the unknown they fear is a ground of opportunity for you. That's what makes you different. Your ability to maintain your strategy in the midst of chaos turns you into a force that no one can stop. While they are trying to figure it out, you have already reached new heights. Chaos doesn't tear you apart, it makes you whole. That is why you are untouchable. Some people don't try to stop you. Meeting you makes them realize their own limitations, and this makes them uneasy. Your presence is like a light that reveals their hidden insecurities. The determination of your steps, the fact that no obstacle can stop you on your way, becomes a mirror reflecting their inner fears. This is not simple jealousy. It is a truth that reveals their deep-seated anxieties, the difference between what they think they can do and what they dare not do. When they realize that nothing they say, plan, or do behind your back affects you, it forces them to confront their own inadequacies. This confrontation creates a silent fear. If you feel this light, this divine abundance in your life, it is time to share it. You have the power to change the world around you just by your presence. You can take a step now to expand this even further. You can help this light reach even more people by contributing and clicking the super thank you button on YouTube. God's love and blessing can reach not only your life, but the hearts of everyone you touch through this platform. This is not just a donation, it is a divine act. Each of you has a special place in the grand design, and this generosity will be part of a journey that will take us all one step further. Remember, when you share your love, you illuminate not only your own path, but also the paths of others. Act now to honor this gift from God and do greater things. Your light will inspire others to shine as well. May God bless you and be with you always on this journey. Here are the facts. The anger that people feel towards you is not directed directly at you. It comes from the message you carry, the potential you represent. You are living proof that no excuse is enough to achieve success. You are a reminder that progress is possible even when you are struggling, and this irritates those who cannot face their own inner shortcomings. Instead, they focus their energies on pulling you down because they cannot accept that rising requires awakening the power within themselves. But their efforts are in vain. You move forward regardless of their rules. The most interesting thing is that these people try to pull you down to their level, assuming that you are on the same playing field. Their expectation is that you are on the defensive, but you are not just walking, you are writing your own rules. Most people don't understand you because you don't waste time in arguments. You direct your energy to bigger things. While they are drowning in gossip, you are moving towards new heights and achieving successes they can't even dream of. That's why they retreat, because you show them the truth they avoid facing. Your presence reveals that endeavor and determination are an invincible force. Rejection does not set you back. On the contrary, it increases your resilience. Every rejection is a springboard for you rather than a test. Every no is not a door for you, but a new path. You see rejection not as a reflection of your weaknesses, but as a building block in the construction of your strength. While most people give up when faced with failure, you turn it into an opportunity. You take every obstacle, turn it into a bridge, and continue to write your own story. Whatever others abandon, despair, obstacles, rejection, you take it, knead it with strength, and build a legacy. Most people get sidetracked when they hear no, but for you, it is just a new beginning. With each step, your strength and determination grows. And in the end, those who try to stop you realize that they only make you stronger. Every obstacle they create is a new building block for you. Looking back now, you realize that every rejection has made you what you are today, indestructible and unforgettable. Your composure is not an ordinary attitude, it is a sign of mastery. While others struggle for attention, you are able to mold your surroundings without moving a muscle. You don't aim to be the center of attention, you let your presence resonate on its own. This is not a weakness, it is a choice, a product of wisdom. You radiate such peace that it carries a message more powerful than words. You are a deep and patient influence, like a sea that does not need to shout to be recognized in the crowd. Your power does not exist by silencing others, but by releasing the power of silence within yourself. What really disturbs you is that this piece of yours disturbs others. Your actions are as unpredictable as the brushstrokes of an artist designing your future. People try to understand your next step, but they are always a few steps behind. Often people find courage in your silence that even they do not want to see. Those who lose their way in the noise cannot tolerate your calm navigation. While they stick to the mold, you redraw the boundaries. You don't waste time memorizing rule books, you write a completely new version of the game. That's why those who try to oppose you don't understand something. You didn't stay on the racetrack. You set your own course and never stopped moving. You gain power by remaining inconspicuous in the background, but always in control. When you speak, your words illuminate everyone, like a lighthouse, direct and impressive. You use your words sparingly, but when you use them, you attract everyone's attention. Your power lies in your functionality, not in your showmanship. That is why people are impressed, because you are able to influence without any excesses. True power comes not by competing with others, but by building your own summit. That is why those who want to compete with you will always fall behind. Because while they are trying to mold themselves to you at every step, you have already established a new order. Instead of following the rules of the game, you recreate the game, thus making their efforts meaningless. But you do this not to defeat others, but only to complete your own journey. After all, their efforts cannot stop your progress. No matter how long you remain silent, your effects are felt for a long time. This is the art of existing beyond order, not in chaos. And your power comes from practicing this art perfectly. What they fail to realize is that silence is not a void, but an intensity, a source of strength. Difficulties do not slow you down. On the contrary, they move you forward. The obstacles that others see as limits are only doors that open a bigger world for you. You are so far ahead, not because you are brave, but because you have learnt that fear is not a threat, but a guide. You see it as a springboard, not an obstacle. While most people stop and think, you act. Not because you are sure of the results, but because you know that no matter what happens, you will grow stronger along the way. For you, the unknown is a map of potential, not danger. The comfort zone never attracts you because there is no growth there. When you push your own limits, you realize that there are no limits. Fear is not an alarm for you, but a signal to take action. It is more like a journey of curiosity than anxiety. You learn what you can achieve, how far you can go, and what is possible when you don't let doubt stop you. I am here to remind you of a profound truth. Our existence is based on God's divine plan, which is not shaken by the temporary concerns of the world. As the Bible says, everything done in faith will return to God in abundant blessing. Luke 6:38. Like that great oak tree, our roots are deeply rooted in God's universal truth. Every step we take, every place we stand, is secured by His power. And now, you are being offered the opportunity to be part of that blessing. When you use the Super Thank You button and donate $100, this gesture will be returned to you 100-fold in abundance. What makes you different is that you don't wait to be ready. You choose to step forward even before all the conditions are perfect. You are not discouraged by the magnitude of the risks because you know that fear always reminds you that you are near an important threshold. When others step back, you step forward and turn fear into a tool. Thus, the magnitude of fear is overshadowed by your determination. So fear doesn't rule you, you direct it. Thus, what others avoid becomes your field of discovery. Your achievements are never accidental. They are the product of a clear vision and tireless endeavor. What looks like luck on the outside is actually the result of years of focus, strategy, and patience. People only see the results, but they don't see the effort it took to get there, the nights you didn't give up, and the moments you had to trust yourself. For you, every step is calculated, and every move is planned. You anticipate while others guess. You assess possibilities that most people can't see, and that's why you are always a few steps ahead. What others find difficult to understand is how effortless you make the journey look. Those who follow you only focus on results, victories, and your unstoppable progress. But they don't realize how much discipline, how much effort, and how much courage is behind this progress. What they call luck is actually the success you have carefully built. Your ability to turn what others see as obstacles into opportunities makes you unstoppable. Your every move is part of a plan, and every success is the fruit of hard work. They may continue to believe in luck, but deep down, they know it is the triumph of discipline, determination, and vision. And nothing can slow you down. You are scary, not because you hate them, but because you push their limits. You don't fit into conventional molds. You don't fit into an easily identifiable or classifiable place. Your way of being pushes their comfort zones and creates the necessity to face the unknown. People distance themselves from what they do not understand, but your presence is a constant reminder that this distance is useless. You are like a riddle. Your posture, calmness, and never changing your direction is like a wave that disrupts their order. The real issue is not just that you are different, it is that you question all their truths with your presence. You go beyond the boundaries they draw and create your own path without caring about their approval. Whatever you do it not by looking others in the eye, but by listening to your own inner voice. While they are together, trying to be like each other, you move freely outside this circle and show that you are strong enough to carry the weight of this freedom. But it is precisely this freedom that makes them uneasy. They try to belittle your achievements because they cannot make sense of them. They choose to criticize you instead of admitting that they do not understand you. However, this hatred is not directed at you, but at their own fears. You remind them that the boundaries they confine themselves to are only illusions. Your authenticity exposes their limitations, and this reveals the truth they avoid facing. Their discomfort with you stems from the fact that your courage exposes their fears. While they are trying to analyze you, you are already writing a completely different story on a completely different level. Your unpredictability is the most powerful aspect of your strategies. While others are trying to figure out what you are going to do, you have already started a new plan. The fact that your every step is calculated and every move is unexpected makes you not just a step ahead, but a complete level changer. Since you are not trying to prove yourself, there is no need for them to demand more from you. You are already setting a new bar by constantly exceeding your own limits. In the end, you become an unanswered question in their minds. They cannot understand you. They cannot name you. They cannot fit you into their molds. This is what makes you unstoppable. Because while everyone is trying to find meaning behind you, you are already pursuing another horizon. All their efforts only accelerate your progress. That's why your next move remains an enigma for them. Because you never do what is expected, you always do more. Being unpredictable does not mean being complex or indecisive. It is about being in control and being able to adapt to every situation. You always manage to be one step ahead, not because you want to surprise people, but because you refuse to limit yourself to ordinary rules. When they cannot understand you, they cannot manage you. When they cannot manage you, they have to follow you instead of resisting you. This is not a coincidence, but a conscious choice. In the ordinary cycles of others that continue in the same way, you are always redefining yourself in the next innovation, in the next move. Your constant transformation causes them to question their fixed systems. This is what makes you different. Your every step proves that unpredictability is a skillfully planned strategy. The main problem of those who hate you is that they cannot keep up with you. The fact that even your shadows leave them behind reminds them once again of their own limitations. Each attack makes them more desperate because they cannot get close enough to touch your ascension. While you have already reached a point beyond the reach of ridicule and criticism, they are still struggling to reach you. In trying to stop you, they are unwittingly confessing their own inadequacy. You do not react as they expect. You do not interfere in disputes. You do not betray your own standards. You know that it is a real victory to stand up quietly and focus on bigger things. It takes you away from the noise and allows you to listen to your own voice. While they try to pull you down, you are already up there creating new opportunities. When their efforts go unrewarded, they feel helpless, and their hatred is only a reflection of their own failure. In their eyes, your unpredictability is nothing but a threat, because not knowing what you will do makes them question their own power. But you have already planned the next step and moved to a new level. Surprising is not your tactic, it is your nature. While they are trying to understand you, you are pursuing a completely different vision. Success is a journey for you, not an outcome, and every step you take shows how skillfully you continue this journey. After all, their efforts do not change you. They give you more momentum. Everything you do is the product of a focused will, discipline, and high goals. Instead of getting lost in their drama, you quietly and gracefully continue your own ascent. It is impossible for them to catch up with you, let alone stop you. Because true success is not about responding to others, but about keeping your promises to yourself. Whenever they face an obstacle, you have already discovered new heights. Even if they don't understand, this reveals your difference. What you have achieved so far is only the first lines of a bigger picture. Each victory is only a part of your journey. Your true power is yet to be revealed. People feel it. They see that what you have done is only a beginning, not an end, and this makes them uneasy. Deep down inside, they know that there is an unquenchable hunger within you. They realize that every goal you achieve is a sign of a new peak. This realization evokes a mixture of admiration and fear in those watching you, because they know that the ultimate shape of your journey is beyond their imagination. What they fail to realize is that there is no limit to your achievements. Each time you surpass yourself, you show once again how far your potential can expand. Those who try to understand you are always one step behind, because what is static for them is constantly evolving for you. It is not just about proving something to others. It is a process of discovering who you are by constantly expanding your own limits. In a world where they remain static, your being on the move is a challenge in itself. Being misunderstood may have given you pause before, but it no longer worries you. When they call you dangerous, you don't see it as an insult, but as proof that you are pushing the boundaries. If being dangerous means refusing to conform to their organized world and going beyond the usual rules, you gladly accept the label. They judge you for not following their rules, but that is exactly what makes you strong. Your courage to step outside their lines. Being dangerous in their eyes can be a threat, an aberration, a challenge. But you have turned this perception into a source of power. You know that it is possible to challenge the order not only by pushing the limits, but also by molding reality. The attacks of those who criticize you stem from their own fears. They are not fighting you, but the freedom you represent. But they are doomed to lose in this struggle because you are doing what they dare not. You write your own rules. Your journey is like a lighthouse standing firm amidst a stormy sea. While the winds howl and waves crash, the lighthouse doesn't waver. It doesn't shout back at the storm. Instead, it shines its light unwaveringly, guiding others and illuminating the path. You are that light, chosen to rise above the chaos, to lead and to remind the world that even in the darkest storms, clarity and purpose shine brightest. This is why, when they try to dim your light, their actions only reveal their own fear of what they cannot comprehend. When people attempt to hold you back, it's not because of what you've done, it's because of what you represent. Your steadfastness, your ability to thrive where others falter, challenges the limitations they've placed on themselves. Their resistance isn't about you, it's about the barriers they've built around their own potential. You stand as a living reminder that those barriers are illusions. Your presence challenges them to confront what they've refused to see within themselves. But their attempts to block your path don't slow you down. Instead, they strengthen your resolve and fuel your progress. Every critique they throw, every obstacle they place before you, becomes another stepping stone for your ascent. What they intended to be chains only serve as proof of your resilience. While they focus on what they think you shouldn't be doing, you stay committed to your purpose. Your focus isn't on their distractions, it's on the grand design unfolding before you. Like a potter shaping clay, you mold your future with intention, ignoring the chatter around you, because you know that the masterpiece isn't complete until the vision is fully realized. True success doesn't come from reacting to those who doubt you. It comes from staying aligned with your higher calling. You are here to build, to create, and to lead. Your success is not just for you. It's for the lives you are destined to impact, for the legacy you are called to leave behind. And while they struggle to understand this, their efforts to diminish you only highlight the depth of their misunderstanding. You've been chosen not because the path would be easy, but because your spirit could endure. You've been chosen to break barriers, not to be limited by them. You've been chosen to transform, not to conform. And in your transformation, you are not just changing your life, you're changing the narrative for everyone who comes after you. Your rise is not a mere climb. It's a revelation of what's possible when faith meets action. Let them question. Let them doubt. Let them resist. Because the more they try to stop you, the more it becomes evident that you're moving in a power far beyond their understanding. You are not here to explain your light. You're here to shine it. Your success is not a coincidence. It is the fruit of alignment, discipline, and an unwavering belief in the purpose placed within you. They cannot comprehend your rise because it comes from a place they've never dared to explore, a place of divine intention and limitless potential. So rise, not in defiance, but in purpose. Rise because the world needs your light, your strength, your unwavering belief in what's possible. Rise because you are not just ascending, you are transforming. And in that transformation, you're showing others that they too can rise. Keep building the vision, keep moving forward, and know that every attempt to hold you back is proof that you are advancing into the extraordinary. The storm will rage, the waves will pound, but the lighthouse remains. Shine on, because your light was never meant to be hidden. It was meant to illuminate. Now is the time to share God's blessings by clicking on the super thank you button on YouTube. You can contribute to His plan and be part of this divine mission with a donation of $100 or more. Every gift reflects God's generosity, and I believe it will return to you exponentially far beyond your expectations. Remember, His protection and blessings are upon your every step and every donation. You become part of His divine plan. You are a strong, radiant being, unshakable as His mighty rock. Witness God's miracles, feel the fruits of your generosity in your soul, and light up the world with confidence and courage. Be blessed and let the light of the Lord guide your path. What makes you different in their eyes is your courage to forge your own path instead of accepting the ordinary. They call you dangerous because this courage makes those who live within their boundaries uncomfortable. Carrying this label is not a burden for you, but an honor. For you, danger is choosing to go beyond the rules set by others, daring to break the chains to which they are comfortably bound. Your every move is a challenge, your every step a transformation. While those who resist you endeavor to destroy you, you have already begun to build a world of your own. Those who have to watch you from the sidelines try to deny this fact when they start to realize how far ahead you actually are. You are no longer just taking a place in this world, you are recreating it. Everything you do is a clear expression of the values you believe in and your purpose. You have learnt that true power lies not in submitting to existing rules, but in redefining them to create a greater reality. You don't mind if people don't understand you, because you know that change often begins with misunderstanding. Their fear and resistance to you is a reflection of your uninhibited nature. You pose a threat to those who prefer to criticize instead of finding their own way. However, you act with a power beyond this threat perception. What they see as danger is actually a reflection of your ability to create change. This ability stems from your ability to open new paths where others dare not. By challenging norms, you set a standard that they cannot even imagine. And this standard not only enables you to move forward, but also makes others aspire for more. What they fail to realize is that you are not just acting for yourself, but for a greater transformation. Your journey has now gained unstoppable momentum. Criticism, limitations, or misunderstandings cannot stop this progress. The higher you go, the more visible you become. But this visibility does not mean that they can touch you. With everything you do, you send a message to the world. Writing your own script instead of following the rules is not just a choice, it is a necessity, because real change comes when you are brave enough to be honest with yourself. If this journey has inspired you and you want to be part of this unstoppable force, now is the time to act. Be part of this movement of those who choose to break the boundaries imposed by society. We are not just standing here, we are moving forward, constantly growing. You don't want to miss what happens next. Join now and let's continue to cross borders together.